goes Outlaw. Set. And away they go. Got away to a fair start. My Chance to Dream broke out well, but taken on early by Outlaw, and Outlaw goes off to the lead. My Chance to Dream is second, and Ventrix third. Active Mercy races away in fourth now, looped by Gaetano, who's on the improve at the outside and going to go and compete for the lead. They followed by Mrs. Browning, who races just behind midfield. 2 lengths back to Bella Ombre, just throwing her head around for a few strides. Simply Magic keeps her company against the inside, and a further 2 lengths away to Kitty Corner. 700 metres out, and it's Outlaw in the lead of a Gaetano in the blue sleeves and cap rushed around to go and sit in second at the outside of My Chance to Dream. Inventrix in the red and gold colours will come into the home straight, racing 3 lengths off the leader. Then comes Active Mercy. Mrs. Browning in the red sleeves and the striped cap had to find a bit of room, but now gets into the open. Simply Magic's towards the far side. Belle Ombre and finally Kitty Corner. 350 left to run. Outlaw still the leader. Inventrix at the outside. Active Mercy, My Chance to Dream. Mrs. Browning was further back, and then comes Simply Magic. Outlaw grits her teeth up front. Inventrix is the nearest danger. Simply Magic's up towards the far side. Inventrix pokes the nose in front. Mrs. Browning taking off. Mrs. Browning from a spot of bother wins going away. Second Inventrix, third goes to Outlaw. Then came Simply Magic. So the winner's towards the right-hand side. Mrs. Browning had Inventrix sort of nagging away and almost annoying her throughout the home straight. But Mrs. Browning shows that there's a touch of ability and wins race number 2 going your way. Race 3 begins the pick 6. That begins at 13:40.
Number 8, Mrs. Browning's come through to give the Paul Peter a nice double. That makes them 8 away from the record, so they really are trying to get this record quite quickly. Well done to the Werners family. They're on course here this afternoon. Hyperpaint involved as well, and guess who? Wilkebosdrift and Turffontein, the breeders, and Muzi Yeni aboard. Muzi, I must say, you'd been a little bit worried about the 500, but she really came through and won a good race, didn't she?
Yes, she's a lovely filly. I was going to take it off the break, but she was very nervous going inside the pens and in the pens, and as she came out awkwardly, I didn't want to chase her around, and especially Tony said she's looking for a bit of extra. The 12 might be sharp. So I thought, let me use the speed towards the end, and I thought I might be in trouble. They were kind of shuffling back on her and putting me out on my ground. But in a matter of strides, when they straightened up in the straight and the gap open, she cruised up. I thought she'd get to the front easier. But the other was intimidated her and she pressed dead brakes, so I thought the race was lost. But she's still able to find her feet again, gather a stride, and come flying at the end. Smart filly, I think, well bought by Mr. Werners, very, very, very well bred. Just thanks to Tony for the opportunity.
Tell him you want to keep the ride, Muzi.
I'll speak to his dad. Thank you.
Well done, Muzi. Right, Tony, thank you so much to you again. You said to us she's really as good. It's a bit sharp, but it doesn't mean she can't win, and she's done just that. And she was green, as you said.
Yeah, like I alluded to earlier, she's a full sister to Aragosta. He started for over 1400 first time out. We couldn't get a draw over 14, so we said we've got to get her going. Let's start over 12. She got into traffic problems, but outpaced, but she finished off really well, like a smart horse should. And just a big well done to Mr. Werners and to the Hyperpaint Syndicate. I think they got a smart one.
I was going to say, in hindsight, that's how you want.
Everything must go wrong, and they must still win if they're as good as you think they are. And just a big thanks to Muzi. Thought he was really professional on her. Didn't rush her after she got left. And he picked up the pieces nicely. So it's a big well done to him. And then to Wilkebosdrift and Turffontein. They have in a purple patch at the moment. But they're good people and they know what they're doing. So it should continue.
And we 8 away from the record. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Mark. Well done to the team, Paul Peter. That is number 8, Miss Browning, who wins on debut despite all of her greenness. 8, 6, 9 and 1. That's race 2 PA. Pick 6 and race 3 coming up next.